Aloha everyone, and welcome back to AlohaJenn's beauty blog. For those of you that are new here, hi, my name is Jen and I am a licensed esthetician in the state of California. Well, welcome to this video. I have a special video tonight. I'm going to show you how to use the Pico Toner for product penetration while giving yourself a hand treatment at the same time. So this is pretty cool. First, we're gonna have to start off with cleansing my skin. But before we get into that, you guys notice anything different about me? My hair, I cut it. I gave it a pretty good chop. We cut off about this much of my hair. It looks so much healthier. It feels so much better. I really like it this length. I think this is the length that I'm going to keep it. I feel completely refreshed and it looks more, put together. When I was getting long, it was just getting so stringy. It just didn't look good. And I don't know. I really like my hair this length, I think. So we'll see. And then I got some highlights. So we did a partial highlight. So my gray is all blended in. I look so refreshed. I really, really love it. My hairstylist is so amazing. Now, if you guys watched my video from yesterday, which was Sunday, I did a Sunday facial. I called it Repair and Hydrate. And when I woke up this morning, my skin looked so good. I mean, it still looks good. I have my Color Science Flux SPF on, but it just was so, I used the Neogenesis Light Moisturizer today and it was enough for my skin. My skin is just really nice and hydrated, plump and juicy. And you guys could see like my jowls are going away. This looks so good. So, really happy with that facial. If you have those products, you can't use the Viktoria De Ann Pepti Nano Mask, but you can use the Lemieux Pro Firm Face Glow Mask instead. And I have some right here. Let me see if they're accessible for you guys. I have the Sculptless Sheet Mask I gotta do a video on too. So these are the masks that I'm talking about. You can buy them in a pack of 4 from Lemieux directly, or you can buy a single pack if you want to try it. I know Artist Skincare and I think Skin Beautiful RX just sell it separately, but if you buy it directly from Lemieux, you could get a pack of 4 for I think like $32. I love this one and the Pro Firm Neck Contour Mask. This works similarly to the Viktoria De Ann Pepti Nano Mask. Just so you know, you get the same results. And I definitely recommend the Youth Capture Water or the Capture Youth Water from Joella Milan. So we're gonna use this tonight. So what I'm gonna do is I'll go off camera to cleanse my skin and then I'm gonna come back, I'll apply my Peptis with you guys, and then I'm gonna show you how to use the Pico Toner for product penetration while giving yourself a hand treatment at the same time. You know, this is one of the many reasons why I love the Pico Toner because it's so multifunctional. You can do so many things with it. Who knew you could use it to give yourself a hand treatment and for product penetration and use on the body. So let me go off camera and cleanse my skin and then we'll be back for the Pepti application and the Pico Toner. So I will see you in a few. All right, here we are, all freshly cleansed. Oh, my skin just feels so good. So I went in with the Michele Corley Calming Cleansing Oil, followed by the Viktoria De Ann Balancing Cleanser. Love both of those. So next we're gonna go in with the Joella Milan Youth or Capture Youth Water. So I'm gonna take 2 pumps on a cotton round here and make sure it's saturated. And I'm just gonna go around my face with this. I've been really enjoying this right after I cleanse my skin. It just really makes your skin feel so good. And it really helps with the penetration of these peptides I've noticed. So I'm just gonna do that. And this is just extra reassurance that we got our skin really clean. You don't want to use any toners that have any hyaluronic acid or any other ingredients that could potentially block these from penetrating into the skin. And look at that, all clean. All right, so next what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take some of that Youth Capture water and I'm going to spray it on my skin and massage it in like Joella suggests. Really massage it in, get those ions working. Who knew that this would be so wonderful? I just had no idea. Like, I was just thinking, oh, it's just water, but it's not. It's full of wonderful ingredients, wonderful minerals that your skin will thrive on. And if you use microcurrent, I highly recommend this. So I've been seeing lately a lot of people promoting pure glycerin to use for microcurrent. And I have to tell you, even though if your device says it's conducting, it's not fully conducting. Most of the microcurrent devices on there, like the Zip and the MyoLift devices, they sense if your skin is hydrated enough. So glycerin can, you know, make it seem like your devices are conducting into the muscle, but they're truly not. There's no minerals in glycerin. You need minerals for your microcurrent gel with microcurrent. You could get away with it with electrical muscle stimulation, but not true microcurrent. So such as the Lemieux O2 Calming Gel. This isn't a microcurrent gel, and the way you get it to conduct with your microcurrent is you have to use a mist that has minerals in it, like the IsoCell Recovery Solution or the Iso Rose Mist, okay? So what I like to do with that is I spray my skin before I apply the gel, so there's minerals on it, and then you can spray the mist to rehydrate your gel and to give you, you know, a better chance of this conducting in the skin. Mist this on top, okay? And then with the Pico Toner, you don't really have to worry about that because the Pico Toner senses skin impedance, and they've designed it to where you don't really need to use conductive gel with it, but the other devices you do. And remember, the Pico Toner and all Neurotris devices are actually a patented technology, okay? So I just wanted to throw that out there. Don't be deceived. I've been seeing it like really take off lately. Even some skincare brands are saying, oh, look, you can use my device with just glycerin. It's an affordable way. And I'm like, yeah, but it's not really conducting. All right, so let's get into our peptides. So I'm gonna go in with Pepti Lift first. I always start out with Lift and Tone. And yesterday in my facial video, I misspoke. So I'm taking 1 drop, and I said you apply these from thickest to thinnest, but what I meant is from thinnest to thickest, okay? But I've also heard it doesn't really matter. So from the Peptis that I have, what are thick are Pepti Pad, Pepti Hyaluronic, and Pepti Repair. I just always start out with Lift and Tone first, and then work my way. So I'm going down there, so you can either go Lift and Tone, Pepti Hyaluronic, or Pepti Procol. I've tried it both ways and it seems to be working just fine. So applying drop by drop. I took 1 drop and I'm just applying it here to my lower half of my face. So I've noticed since I've started using the Youth Capture Youth Water, geez, that I can go one drop at a time. So that has helped with that. 1 drop per section. Now on my neck, I could have used 2. But let's see how far this 1 drop will go. So I'm gonna go in with another drop. I got it really good on this side, but I need it on this side. And a little bit down here in the lower part. And then for my chest, I always use 2 drops. Remember what I say, don't forget your collarbones. Make sure you get right in through here, because that's all part of your neck and your chest too. And that shows our age as well. Okay, so there's the lift. Set that aside. And the next one, we're gonna go in with tone. I hope you guys aren't getting sick of this. But I just figured the more that you see it applied, the more it helps you. So with the next video with the Pico Toner, we're gonna do the facial toning pads. And then for November, I'm gonna switch to using the Zip, doing or lift, and I was gonna use the Pico Toner, focus it on my arms, doing arm treatment, and using the Capture Youth Water on my arms, and then do a Pico Toner treatment with it. Let's test that out and see how that would work. I wanna test it out and do it along with you guys in case you guys have a Pico Toner at home and you wanna start using it on your body. Well, you know, since we're going into sweater weather, it's a great time to start working on your body for next spring and summer. So we can do that and check out our results and see what happens. So I'm going in with Pepti Tone, same thing, just 1 drop. Oh, I forgot to have you guys take a look at my skin without my sunblock on. It looks so good, but you guys can see it. It doesn't get as red as it normally does when I apply my skincare. It just gets a little pink now. So as you can see, it's taking out a lot of the sensitivity in my skin. These peptides are. It's balancing out my skin all the way around. That rejuvenation. Okay, I'll go in with another drop. Work this part of my neck. All right, now we're gonna go in with the chest, 2 drops for the chest. Now with the tone, as I've mentioned before, you can spot treat with the tone and just put it on the areas where you see the fine lines and wrinkles, or you could put it all over. I put it all over because it can be used as a preventative too, but I just find it does more than just work on my wrinkles. It helps with the overall tone of my skin. So there's tone. Wait for a few minutes. So it took 3 hours to get my hair done today. Can you believe that? I have a lot of hair. Even though I lost a lot of hair, I still do have a lot of hair left. And you know, like my husband says when I tell him, yeah, I lost so much hair, he goes, it's okay, you have a lot of hair. But I'm like, that's not the matter. That's not the problem. The problem is I lost hair. And it's really scary. Just because I have a lot of hair doesn't mean I don't care. You guys all know what I'm saying. But yeah, he always says that to me. All right, so now we're gonna go in with Procol. Since my skin is, you know, still freshly exfoliated from yesterday, I wait 1 minute in between each application. If you haven't had freshly exfoliated skin, like maybe if it's been a couple of days since you exfoliated, I would lean more on the 2-minute mark in between your application for your Peptis. All right, so we're gonna go in with Procol. I'm gonna do 1 drop. So Procol works on your collagen, making it stronger and helping you build that collagen. Collagen gives our skin that density, and so does dermal fat cells. Not necessarily the fat pads. The fat pads do, you know, give your skin plumpness like in those areas, like underneath your eyes, around your mouth, here in your forehead, in your temples. But what really gives our skin that thickness is those dermal fat cells and your collagen. And then what gives your skin that recoil or that rubber band effect is elastin. It's like the structure. It's a long process of putting these on, but I have to tell you, it is so worth it. So worth it. And just remember, the more Peptis you have, the longer your skincare application will be. Now, if you're someone who already like layers, you know, a lot of serums, this won't be a problem for you. You won't mind it. But if you're someone who doesn't layer a lot of serums, then, you know, this is going to be a new thing for you. Now, I've never used this many serums on my skin at one time, and it was an adjustment. But it's been a well worth it of an adjustment, because just the results alone that I'm seeing in my skin are well worth it. It's worth getting up a little bit earlier in the morning for this application and spending a little bit of extra time in my evening routine to apply these. Now, they say that you do not need to use any product penetration device to penetrate the Peptis into the skin. They're formulated to that they don't need any help. But I noticed that when I penetrate them into the skin, I see better results. So I either go in for my Medicube Glow Booster H. If I don't want to use any current on my skin, then I go in with my Osmosis Epic Skin Tool. And I love using the Pico Toner for product penetration when I want to multitask, like I'm going to show you this evening. So next I'm going to go in with Pepti Elasin. Now, this is my new Elastin, and this one is clear. When I had my last Elastin, it was, from the moment I opened it, it was sort of like a brown color. Now, I emailed them and they said that's normal because sometimes they can shift in color, just so you know. So it's normal for, oops, I put that on my forehead. I didn't mean to. I just wanted to put it down here. So with the Elastin, I concentrate it from down all the way to my neck. I just accidentally put it on my forehead. I don't normally do that, but that's okay. That's not going to hurt. It'll just help, you know, the skin up there too. And it's normal for that to be brown. So it doesn't mean that yours is bad. It was just, that's how that formulation came out. And like I mentioned, it's normal for some of these to smell like vinegar. Like my Pepti Hyaluronic actually smells like vinegar. So with the Elastin, I concentrate on this one just all over my neck, underneath my chin, and the lower half of my face. So this really helps with jowling that you see in your face, like sagging down. And as you can see, like I said, I haven't lost any more weight. I've been hanging on at that 37 pounds. And you can see like how my jawline is coming back. I bet you when I do my aura lift, it's going to be really, really noticeable this time around. It was pretty noticeable the last time, but this time around, it's going to be fire. All right. Okay, so next we're going to go in with Pepti Hyaluronic. And the last one I'm going to go in with is Pepti Pad. So Pepti Pad is the thickest one that I have right now. Pepti Hyaluronic and Pepti Repair seem to be the same thickness. And my other ones that I have, Lift, Tone, Elasin, and Procol, are kind of just a little bit on the thinner side compared to these ones. So let's go ahead and put Pepti Hyaluronic on. So for this product penetration, you're going to need a mist. I love the Isocell Recovery Solution from Lemieux or the Isocell Rose because they don't have hyaluronic acid in it. It does, I mean, you can use your hyaluronic acid, but I don't want really anything to interfere with, I put hyaluronic on my lips too, by the way, with the penetration of my rejuvenator. But tonight I'm going to use the Capture Youth Water instead of the Isocell Recovery Solution, as I'm testing it out and getting familiar with it. So I took 2 drops and I put it on the lower half of my neck here where I didn't get from that last section, and my chest. Always make sure you get right here in front of your ear too. A lot of people miss that when they're applying their skincare. And then the last one is going to be Pepti Pad. So Pepti Pad has instant hydrators in it that will plump up the skin, by the way. I'm getting pretty low on this. I'm gonna have to place another order soon. Where I'm getting low on, so Procol, I have about, I've used almost half. Pepti Hyaluronic, I'm almost half. That should be because those are around the same time. Lift, this is my second bottle. I'm at the same here. And then Pepti Elasin, I just opened this one up. Pepti Tone, this one I just opened up, I think it was last week, so I'm right here. I went through more Lift than Tone because it was my first peptide I was applying. And my skin's natural moisturizing factor wasn't really balanced, so I was having to use a lot more of the peptides when I initially first started using these. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with Pepti Pad. So Pepti Pad is pretty like thick, kind of reminds me of like a hyaluronic acid serum. So this I just put all over my forehead. I make sure I get it right here in between my brows, and I take it down to my temples. And then I put this underneath my eyes. So we have a fat pad there. Anywhere where you want plumpness in the skin, like your cheeks, on top of your cheeks, to make them look more plump. And then you definitely want to put it around your mouth here and on the lower half of your face. If you have sunken in cheeks underneath here, you want to put that on there. I like to put it over my lips too. And I have been bringing it down to my neck to test for you guys to see if it has an effect on the neck skin. Because this is meant to restore the fat pads, but I'm checking to see if it does anything for the dermal fat cells, and that's why I've been bringing it down to my neck. Okay, so that is our last peptide. That was a lot, huh? So what we're gonna do is while this is setting on my skin, we're gonna set up the Pico Toner. So what you're gonna need for this treatment for product penetration and the gloves is you're gonna need a quad cable. You're gonna need 2 sets of the glove snaps. So I ordered another set of the glove snaps because with this, you're gonna use both the negative snaps for the gloves because the gloves are gonna be your negative, and whoops, your product penetration probe is going to be positive. So we're gonna use infinity probe. The gloves, so this is what you need. 2 negative snaps for your gloves, the quad cable, the infinity probes, and your gloves. So your gloves you want to make sure are wet. So what you do is you hook up your Pico Toner cable to your negative and your positive on the quad cable, okay? And then on your quad cable, this gets tangled up so easily, by the way, because it's so long. But you know, what happens with the reason why this is so long is because this is made to be used in the treatment room. So when you're working on clients, you like those long cables. So I'm gonna plug this into the side of my Pico Toner. Now I put my glove snaps on my negative receptacles for my negative pins for the gloves. Now what we're gonna do is I just only took out the positive infinity probe, and you want to make sure that you have your banana jack on it and you hook it up to one of the positive pins, and your one positive pin is going to be left onto the side, and make sure you put it in an area where it's not touching anything. So I'm gonna take off my watch. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take some of the Joella Capture Youth Water, and I'm going to put this on my hands because we're gonna put the gloves on, and this has a lot of minerals in it, and it's going to help penetrate that microcurrent into my hands. Now I do still have some of the Viktoria De Ann Peptides on my hands too from the application. So I'm just gonna take a little bit more of this. Don't need very much, not even a half a pump. And we're just going to rub it into the hands. So if you have any special serums that you want to penetrate in there, any hydration serums, nothing with acids or retinols in it whatsoever. So there we go. So we did that. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put this glove on over here. So you can use P1 or P2 setting for product penetration. I am going to use P2. But it doesn't matter, you can use either one. And we're not gonna be using it at a high strength. I'm just gonna turn it on 250. And then you're gonna take one snap that's negative, which is the black, put it on that hand, one on the other one, okay? Then you're gonna turn on your Pico Toner. I'm gonna go to P2 to 25%. So that is going on. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the Capture Youth Water and I'm going to spray it in sections. And then I'm going to just take my probe from the infinity probes. The positive one is the larger probe. However, you can take this off and you can switch them out. So if you prefer the larger probe for your negative, you can do that. So I'm just going to massage this into the skin. Now you can spend 2 minutes, you can spend 5 minutes, you can spend 10 minutes doing this. Just whatever you have time for, but you're getting a hand treatment at the same time that you are penetrating your products into the skin. And I usually will just keep doing this until I feel that that mist is all worked into my skin or the product. And I just make sure I go over here on my collarbones. And what's really cool about this is this can be used all over, even down the center of your neck. You don't have to worry about this current interfering with your thyroid or your heart unless you have an electrical device implanted in your body. Okay, so now I'm gonna work on this side of my neck. And I just take this and I just keep going up like this. So you just want to make sure that you have all your jewelry removed from your hands, no rings, no watches, no bracelets. So you could do this every day. You can do it a couple times a week, however long you'd like, or however many times you'd like. Okay, let's go on the other side of the neck. So I'm using 25% on program P2. Now, another thing that I always bring up is that your skin impedance may be different than mine. So 25% may be too strong for you. But the point of this is not to feel the current. It's okay if you do feel it, but if it bothers you or if it's uncomfortable, just make the adjustment. Okay, now we're gonna do, I'll just go on this side since I'm already here. So I'm just gonna come up under here underneath my jaw. So you can kind of do this, like practice lymphatic drainage too, by the way. You can go up if you'd like too, but let's practice some lymphatic drainage. And then you can come back and then do a couple more movements in each section. Let's work on draining this side. And then you can just kind of work up and then drain this if you'd like. Just another way for you to work on getting some lymphatic drainage in and also penetrating your products at the same time with some beautiful microcurrent. Okay, so we already did our neck on this side. So now let's do these movements. I don't know if I'm going to be able to be ambidextrous with this. We'll try. See the glow in my skin? So I forgot to mention this, but I'm just using this edge of the tip of the probe and going underneath my eye. I'm not touching the probe on my actual movable lid. If you have sore hands from arthritis, the current feels really good running through these gloves for this treatment. It'll make your hands feel so good after. And the skin's gonna look really, really lovely too on there. It's gonna help plump up that skin and help with some sun damage you might be experiencing with the hands. Wonderful treatment for the hands all the way around. So I went back to my right hand. Crap. All right, so that was our product penetration treatment. So I have 17 minutes and 37 seconds left on the Pico Toner. So I did spend some time doing that, probably a little bit longer than what I would normally do, but I just wanted to demonstrate it for you guys and to show you different ways that you can use it. So I'm going to take off my gloves now. Oof, my hands look so good. They look so nice and hydrated. Woohoo! So this is just something that you can do with your Pico Toner, something I wanted to show you how multifunctional it is, and if you're worried about aging concerns on your hands, the Pico Toner can help you with that. Or if your hands are sore from arthritis or anything like that, it really does help make them feel really, really good. All right, so next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with my my eye serum and my lash serum. Okay, so I have still been loving this Olaplex Lash Bond Lash Serum. I've been forgetting to put it on the last couple of nights. But I noticed though, I don't think I'm doing an even application on my left eye here because the lashes seem longer on the right side. So I went with that one first tonight instead of doing my right side. All right, so now let's do my Viktoria De Ann eye serum. Take my pump out, put it around the eyes. Make sure you get this side out here where your crow's feet are. So, and then I'm gonna take what's left over on the roller ball and just put it up here. And I'm gonna start off by massaging that out to here and then go around. You could put this on too and penetrate this into the skin. I already had some Viktoria De Ann peptides around my eyes, so I just left it that way without doing the eye serum, but you definitely could do that. Okay. And then I'm gonna go in with my Rejuvenator in medium. So I've been getting some questions about the Rejuvenator. Here's the thing. This is a retinoid alternative. If you're currently using a retinol or a retinoid, you cannot use the Rejuvenator. Now, if you take a break from your retinol or retinoid, like maybe you only use it a couple times a week, you could use the Rejuvenator on those off nights, okay? But you cannot use this on the same day that you're using your retinoid. Just to be clear, I'm not using a retinoid at all on my skin. I gave it up and went straight into the Rejuvenator, and I love my skin more so versus when I used a retinoid. All right, so I'm gonna go in with the Viktoria De Ann Night Moisturizer. Took 3 pumps. Here it is, smells like skincare. It just smells like product. There's no scent to this. The only product that has a fragrance to it is the eye serum. And it's not an added fragrance, it's a naturally occurring fragrance that comes from the white tea extract. Okay, so now you guys have seen my nighttime routine so many times. The only thing that's new that I added was the Joella Milan Capture Youth Water. So I just added that in. That's the only thing that's new, but everything else is still the same. And I'm going to actually go in with my Fit Glow Night Serum for my lips. They are a little bit dry right now. So I'm just gonna put this on. I put this on, or the Lawless Forget the Filler overnight lip mask. And I like to give my eyebrows, whoopsie, I'm just a klutz tonight. How about every night? I have my eyebrow brush over here. All right, so let me just brush up my eyebrows here. I've noticed that my eyebrows seem to be getting a little bit thicker, and I'm not putting anything in there to grow. I'm just wondering if that is a result of the peptides, but they look really, really good, and I'm not getting any grays in there too. So I think the peptides are having an effect on my eyebrows too, just what I've noticed. All right, so that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this Pico Toner treatment. I'm sending you all so much love and light. I'll try to jump back on one day this week. I'm not gonna make any promises, but I will see you in the next one. Have a beautiful week, and I'll see you soon. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye.